Mike James is my name.
Oh, sorry,
Thank
Mr.
you.
James.
Yes, it's your first time here. How do you feel?
I feel good.
All right, so let's
It's
take a look at the live cameras here. What's your impression about this?
This is lovely. You guys are doing great.
Okay. And, well, I just saw a LAWMA truck, passing by.
I didn't quite
As
see
well as
that.
some PSP trucks as well. All right, so let's get into the conversation for today. I'd like you to break things down to my listeners in terms of, what monitoring and performance evaluation means in simple terms.
I'll say good morning, Lagosians. Good morning, crew members here. Well, in simple terms, I would say performance monitoring in layman's language. Let me not go professional.
Yes, let's break it down in simple terms, yes.
So I would say it's simply checking or tracking how something is working and probably adjusting to improve on it. That is in very, very
lay terms,
yes.
Okay.
If I want to go professional,
yes, please,
I would say as far as
LAWMA is
concerned, I would say, of course, we have different programs, and these programs have standard operating procedures and probably key performance indicators. So all of this together, we try to track and assess the effectiveness of these variables. Yes, we try to, as far as waste management is concerned. That's basically what we do.
Okay, so now why is it important to monitor and evaluate performance, especially in waste management? Tell us.
Well, it is very, very important to monitor and evaluate performance because, we have a mandate, and our mandate is geared towards environmental cleanliness.
Right.
Do you get? So it's very, very germane that we monitor and track our performance. This we do we do this to achieve cost-effective and efficient waste management system, and to also reduce pollution in the environment. You know this global trend, climate change.
Yes, of course.
So it's part of the initiative of government that we are seeing to this.
That's it, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at ways at which LAWMA assesses performance. What strategies does LAWMA use when it comes to assessment of performance across different units within the agency?
Yes, collectively. What we do is we have cross-functional KPIs.
Okay.
So we cannot begin to break it down because of want of time. But I tell you, all of these KPIs are interwoven across the various units and departments, and they are all geared towards having a sustainable environment and a cleaner environment.
Basically, okay. Let's see if we can break down just a few.
Okay, like you have a PSP. That is private sector participation.
Right.
We try to monitor their collection rates. They are, each
and performance.
Yes, we try to track and assess their performance through their KPIs, and that is we check. They are assigned routes. They have assigned routes.
Where they service.
Yes, where they service. So we try to monitor their collection rates. They are meant to service an area probably twice in a month, or depending on the arrangement with the service, with the tenements.
So is there a special unit that does that, or how does that work? That's monitoring the PSP operators.
Yes, we get feedbacks from residents, the tenements. We do our independent findings too.
Okay.
We go out and gather data. We do it independently, and we render reports weekly and monthly.
So that's for the PSP operators. So let's look at other...
we have landfill operation.
Oh, fantastic. Tell us.
In landfill, it's a repository of our waste. So what we do is there are efforts. We look at the activities. We track the number of trucks, the number of trucks that attend landfills on daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at the highway managers now. How do you assess their performance? And we
have designated routes for the highway managers.
Okay.
And what we do basically is we have time frames. We expect that in the 3 hours of the day, the designated routes are meant to be clean at certain times. So we do monitoring. We have officers across all divisions
assigned to monitor their activities.
Yes.
Those who come to do their work and those who do not come.
Yes, we do all of that.
So in cases where, or rather, have there been, let's start like this, have there been cases where KPIs weren't met?
Of course there are.
Oh, tell us, how did LAWMA handle that?
The essence of monitoring is to identify gaps. Do you get?
Absolutely.
And when this happened, we are very proactive. There are laid down procedures and approach depending on the situation. We use situational approach. There is not one. Yes, it's not one cap fits all approach. Let me set an example. There are terrains where LAWMA trucks cannot access. What we do alternatively is to use tricycles to access those areas. So it's just one of those initiatives that we use to access and probably.
So accessibility, yes, and
it's very key.
It's very key.
Yeah.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Cleaning Edge is the show, and today we're talking something different, rather different from the regular waste management practices, reuse and and all that, recycle. Yeah, but we're getting to the work itself. That's the agency itself, and we're trying to get into the role of performance and evaluation when it comes to sustainable waste management. My guest is Mr. Goke Alimi. He's head monitoring and performance evaluation unit for LAWMA. All right, so we're going to go on a break now. I'll take another message from our partners. When we return, we shall continue the conversation, but don't forget the phone line is open for you to call in, or perhaps you want to send a text message. Feel free to do so on 0809 9120777. That's for WhatsApp. Yes, send your WhatsApp messages. Open a call through to 0915 387 7127. So if you've got questions regarding performance of, it could be the street sweepers, could be the PSP operators, or even the LAWMA intervention team, yes, you can ask my guests questions moving around the conversation. He's Goke Alimi, the head monitoring and performance evaluation unit for LAWMA. We're going to break. We'll be back in a bit. Stay here.
If you asked me what a team of heroes look like, I would say people committed to creating a clean and beautiful state. After all, what's there to love about living in a dirty and harmful environment? That's why at LAWMA, we built an exceptional team with people like the fearless Binga who picks up waste from your house and streets, the swift Musa who navigates all waste to the landfills, Yadupe, the super cleaner who saves our roads from litters, and of course, our magical recycler, Atinuke, who converts waste to wealth. Everyone at LAWMA is committed to keeping Lagos clean in every way for a safer and healthier Lagos. LAWMA, a league of heroes. Keep Lagos clean.
Stop it! Yes, you don't do it. Indiscriminate dumping of refuse into drainage channels is prohibited in Lagos State. It has to stop. Henceforth, it's zero tolerance for building or erecting structures on drainages, setbacks, and alignments in Lagos State. Government is doing its best to make our environment clean and safe. As responsible citizens, we too should play our part to sustain it. Dumping of refuse into drainages, canals, or gutters destroys our roads and drainage systems, causes flooding in some areas, and poses great dangers to lives and damage to our public structures. Desist from disposing refuse into drainage channels and canals. It's damaging to the image of Lagos State. Remember, there are laws and regulations guiding the disposal of waste in Lagos State. Offenders will be prosecuted according to the law. Do the right thing. Use refuse bins, not canals, gutters, or drains. Dispose waste responsibly. Protect our drainage system. Contribute to a safer environment for us all. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe ni o. Office of Drainage Services. Announcer.
I need you. You need me. Together we can make Lagos
clean. Make sure you throw away your dirt properly, not inside canals, to avoid flooding on our roads when it rains. Lagos Traffic Radio say keep Lagos clean, moving Lagos forward.
Lagos, welcome back to the show, Cleaning Edge. Yes, and of course we've been talking about the role of performance, trying to, explore the role of performance and evaluation in sustainable waste management. And my guest is still here in the studio. Mr. Goke Alimi is head monitoring and performance evaluation for LAWMA. All right, then, so let's not forget that we've been keeping an eye on the situation at Okyodo, precisely Ilekbo in what Paja by Old Otter Road, where we have recorded a broken down loaded truck with a tire problem. All right, but I understand transloading is in progress, so no cause for alarm. All right, so through the stretch of Lagos Abeokuta, that looking at the Ogunusi Road corridor, good movement is what we are monitoring along Isheri, Lora, River Valley, Kosoko, Grammar School, Omole, Excellence, all the way to Coyote, and of course connecting Caterpillar all the way around Wemco is still a good one traffic-wise. We've also recorded smooth movement. We're also monitoring smooth movement along Wemco towards Latif Jakande, and touching down on Omole Junction, VIS, Kosoko, River Valley. No cause for alarm. Things are looking very, very calm this morning. So back to the conversation with my guest on the show this morning. Just like I said, we're doing something away from the regular and not the usual reuse and dispose and all that. Indiscriminate waste dumping, but we're getting into the activities of LAWMA this time. All right, then. So we've talked about, strategies used in assessing a performance across different units. Yes, so, but beyond LAWMA's internal units now, does your agency also evaluate the performance of stakeholders, other stakeholders? Talk to us. How does your agency do that?
We collaborate with other agencies where we have airing public. We have environmental defaulters. We engage the services of like Kick Against Indiscipline.
Okay, that's a environmental task force.
Yeah, environmental task force,
okay.
Exactly. And we also we also collaborate with LASPA. We had our trucks breakdowns on our major roads.
That's the PSP trucks?
Yes. And even LAWMA interventions, while we handle, what PSP does is purely domestic and commercial.
Yes.
But we have designated highways which is being run through LAWMA interventions.
That's the LAWMA intervention.
So where we have breakdowns.
Trucks.
Yes, where we have breakdowns. The service of LAWMA, we quickly they intervene. We engage their service and they help us.
Yes, but at what point do you deploy the LAWMA intervention team? At what point does the LAWMA intervention team come in? Since we have the PSP operating and across metropolis,
it is when there default or there are issues.
Okay,
we quickly response. We don't have to wait. We quickly respond. What we do is we improvise. We seek other means to make sure those ways are evacuated.
Okay, so let's look at some of the challenges that your unit has encountered, especially when it comes to monitoring waste management performance.
Okay.
What are some of the challenges you have encountered?
Well, one would be basically public perception.
Okay.
Sometimes when we do sensitization, we try to gather data concerning how effective our operations or how our units have been. They feel somehow repel us to, the idea is the public, the Lagosians most especially, quite a number of them, not all, feel that they have no obligation to pay for waste. So this has been a very, very major challenge. And for our PSP operators to stay in business,
of course,
they need to get paid for service rendered. So we come in and we do aggressive advocacy in this regard and sensitization.
That's non-payment of waste bills. Yeah. One of the major challenges. Okay, so how would you encourage, residents in Lagos and even business owners to play a role in improving waste management outcomes?
It is very, very important that we seek their collaborations because LAWMA alone cannot do this.
All right.
It's a collective effort at sustaining waste management and effective waste management system. So we encourage residents to patronize PSP, containerize their waste.
Good.
They need to have they also need to sort their waste as source. This is to reduce the volume of waste that gets into our landfill. So we encourage recycling too.
That's a recycling of waste as well.
Yes,
Thank you. I must say, our time is fast spent, actually. I wish we could extend this conversation. But I must say a very, very big thank you. Okay, your pattern thoughts before I let you go. Just 2-3 seconds. One word.
Yes, I like Lagosians. I'll employ Lagosians to support the initiative of the administration of Governor Sanwo-Olu as far waste management is concerned. We seek their engagement to also patronize PSP, adopt a bin. We expect each of the residents to have
a bins.
Do you get?
Yes.
This will drastically impact our environment.
All right, then. Thank you so much for coming on board. Lagos, we've been looking at the role of performance and evaluation in sustainable waste management. And you've been listening to my guest, Mr. Goke Alimi, Head Monitoring and Performance Evaluation for LAWMA. Thank you so much for coming aboard once again.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so do not forget that you can connect with LAWMA. If you've got waste management challenges or some feedback to share with LAWMA, feel free to do so via WhatsApp at 0708 060 1020. That's for feedbacks or waste management challenges. You can also connect with LAWMA via socials. Facebook, lawma.gov, Instagram, lawma_gov, or send an email to info@lawma.gov.ng or lawmapro@gmail.com. Special thanks, appreciation to the Director of Public Affairs for LAWMA, Mrs. Folashade Kadri, and Protocol Officer, Mr. Abdullahi Oluwu of the Public Affairs Office. Thank you so much for the logistics. On behalf of my executive producer, Tayo Akole, but let me also appreciate Deborah Bolodioku and Remy Aluko of the social media team Not forgetting Okpemi Shodunke as well. My executive producer is Tayo Akonle. Clean Edge will come your way again next week, Saturday. But we have the Wednesday edition, Ojúṣe LAWMA in Yoruba, and Saturday edition in English, Clean Edge, at 9:15. Do have yourself a wonderful weekend, and please remember to keep Lagos clean.